Welcome back to the channel. If you are new to sewing or tailoring and you get confused anytime you see a measuring tape, don't worry, you are not alone. In today's video, I'm going to break down tape reading step by step in a very simple way so anyone can understand it. This knowledge is very important for accurate cutting and perfect fitting. Let's get started. So, the first line you will see on your tape, most times there's a metal that is used to end here. So you might not see this first line, but I took it off for the purpose of this lesson. So this first line here is actually 0, that first line. Then this first small line here is called 1/8. This is called 1/8. So this first line here, this is 1/8. Now, let me start by saying we have different types of tape rule, but the ones used by tailors for sewing or fashion designers, most times you will see it's either it is divided into 8 lines or it has 16 lines. So, but for a beginner, I would advise that you start with the one with 8 lines. It's less ambiguous. You don't need to confuse yourself. With time, you should be able to interpret the one with 16 lines very well. So let's concentrate on the one with 8 lines. So, like I said, this first one is 0, so it's not included. So I will start with this small line here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's why this first one, we named it 1/8. It's actually called 1/8. The second line here, we call it 1 to 8, sorry. This third line here is called 3/8. The fourth line here is called 4/8. This fifth line here is called 5/8. The sixth line is called 6/8. The seventh line is called 7/8. Whereas this line that gets to the end is actually 8/8. So let me explain. Now, this 1/8, this is the lowest term. There's no number that can divide 1 and 8. So we just leave it. So this first line here, in terms of fraction, is called 1/8. Now, this second line here, this is the second line. We said it's 2/8. Now, 2 can divide 8. So this is not the lowest term. We are going to divide it further. Now, when we divide 2 by 8, we are going to get 1/4. So this second line is actually called 1/4 or 1/4. Now, the third line here, we said that the third line is 3/8. This third line, we said it is called 3/8. It's actually the lowest term. So there's no number that can divide both 3 and 8. So we are going to leave it that way. So the third line is called 3/8. Now, the fourth line, you can see it goes half of this complete line. This fourth line here now, it goes half of this. So that means this is half. If you divide 4/8, if you divide 4/8, that means 4/8. 4 can still divide 8. So if we do 4 divided by 4 will give us 1, 8 divided by 4 will give us 2. So this is actually called 1/2 or half. It's actually called 1/2 or half. That's for fraction. Let's go to the fifth line, 5/8. There is no number that can divide 5 and 8 without remainder. There's no number. So we're leaving that the same way. It's called 5/8. Let's go to the sixth line. This is the sixth line here. So 6/8.
There's a number that can divide 6 and 8, and that number is 2. So 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 8 divided by 2 is
So this is
4.
3/4 or 3/4. 3/4 or 3/4 as a fraction. Let's go to the seventh line, which is this. 7 divided by 8. There's no number that can divide them any further. So we are leaving that name or that number that way. Then let's go to the longest line here, which is 8/8. 8/8, that will give us 1. So for every time you get to this complete line, it gives us a whole number. So now let's convert these numbers now into decimals. What if you're using your calculator? If you're using your calculator, 1/8 automatically, this first line here, automatically becomes, your 1/8 becomes 0.125. Now, the second line, you can see it's a bit longer than the first one. The second line, we said when you reduce 2/8, it gives us 1/4. That's 1/4. It's usually called 1/4 or 1/4. But in terms of the decimal, if you use your calculator and you divide 1/4, that will give us 0.25. Let's go to the third number, which is third line, which is 3/8. 3/8, if we divide it, we are going to get 0.375. Now, this fourth line here, which is the half line mark here, if we divide 4/8, we got 1/2. Now, if we divide 1/2, we are going to get 0.5. So that's telling us that this place is the middle, is half. Let's go to the fifth line, which is 5/8. It's over here. 5/8. 5/8. That will give us 0.625. We go to the sixth line. So we go to the sixth line, which is this over here. That will give us 3/4 or 3/4. So 3/4, that will give us 0.75. 0.75. Now, if we go to the seventh line, which is 7/8, 7/8, that will give us 0.875. Then, obviously, the last line there, like I said, is 1. So, if you're asked to look for, let's say, 3/4 of an inch, 3/4, you just go to, after your half, you go to the 1, 2. So, that gives us 3/4. For you to master this tape rule, all you just need is constant practice. Keep practicing, and before you know it, you will be able to tell wherever a number is on the tape rule. If you are asked to look for 1.5, this is 1. Then you go and look for 0.5, and we said 0.5 is here in the middle. So that's how to locate each marking or interpret each marking on your tape rule. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, mastering tape rule is a small skill that makes a big difference in your sewing results. Keep practicing and you'll get better every day. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more sewing and tailoring lessons. See you in the next class. Bye for now.